Picture this. You're just 15 minutes from Panama City, but it feels like a world away. The sound of waves replaces the noise of traffic. Towering skyscrapers give way to endless ocean views, and every day feels like a vacation. That's the magic of Playa Bonita, where luxury, convenience, and tranquility come together in one place. Today, we're diving into why expats choose Playa Bonita as the ultimate tropical paradise, and why it might just be the best kept secret in Panama. I'm joined today by three amazing guests who know Playa Bonita inside and out. Matthew Queller from Washington, D.C., who enjoys Playa Bonita as his part-time residence. Liz Laraquette, originally from Sydney, Australia, who lives full-time in Casa Bonita. And Reggie Boozy from South Florida, who invested early and purchased pre-construction at the brand new Westin Residences. Together, we'll explore what makes Playa Bonita so special for full-timers, part-timers, and savvy investors. So everyone, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Yay.
Cheers.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, I forgot to sip.
And it's funny because Liz never forgets to sip. It's just because the camera is rolling. As we're drinking the wine, I want to just ask all of you, what first drew you to Playa Bonita, especially when compared to other areas of Panama? Reggie, how about let's start with you?
Well, I came to Panama. I discovered Panama by accident. I came here on vacation.
That's how a lot of people discover Panama.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was never on my radar to even vacation. A friend of mine came here and came back home, and he could not stop talking about Panama. So I'm like, okay, I need to, see what it's all about, because I've been very fortunate to travel around the world, but never Panama. And then I came back, met Liz, bought a place, and I can't wait to buy the one-way ticket to come to Panama and never go back to the States.
He wants out.
Yeah, I'm ready.
And Liz, what drew you to Panama?
Do you know, I've been down here for 17 years and I've lived in quite a few places. I spent my first 7 years out in Coronado, which is the main beach community an hour from the city. And then I spent some time in the city and I realized that I needed a bit of both. So I chose here because I have to have city action, restaurants, nightlife, that type of thing, social life. But I didn't want to be in the hustle bustle. So for me, this was the best of both worlds. I'm on a private beach and I'm super close to the city. So for me, it was the location. Yeah.
Matthew?
So my wife's father is from Panama. So he's a citizen, and that helped get us a head start. And the same thing as Liz. It's we call it Goldilocks. It's the perfect spot for everything. We have the easy access to the city, the easy access to the old city. Our friends come, we have the beach, we have the pools. It's just everything you could want. It just sort of fits and checks that box. So we really get that perfect spot where you can have everything. It really is. It's just great.
So I was Matthew's real estate person. And when they rented from me here, I actually knew they were going to buy in Playa Bonita. But they didn't know they were going to buy in Playa Bonita.
Yeah.
So we did what people do. They went and saw everything in the city. They went to the beach. They saw everything. And I told them, just as I've told somebody else who's sitting in our audience today, you're going to end up at Playa Bonita. And they did. And they've been here for quite a few years now. And I'm very happy.
And I don't know if we're supposed to plug or not. So this is not really a plug. One of our biggest comforts in ultimately buying as a U.S. citizen that in a foreign country is having a property manager who lives in the building, who helps take care of things when we're not there. And that was such a relief and all the risks and the stresses and the things, what's going to happen if we're renting it out and we don't have someone and the plumber and this or whatever.
Yeah.
Having someone that we trust, someone that's reliable, someone that will take care of us and take care of our renters when we're not here really was the thing that sort of helped tip the scales in terms of why, out of all the wonderful things, that really was what sealed the deal for us. And of course, you guys have been fantastic. We can't imagine.
Thank you.
We can't imagine not having you. And in fact, as we said, you're never allowed to retire. You need to keep doing this forever.
I'll be the 90-year-old property manager.
You'll be like one of those United Airlines flight attendants.
Yeah.
You know, they just keep getting older and they just keep plugging along.
That's fine with us. That's the way we want it.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a question for the table, whoever wants to answer. How would you describe the vibe of Playa Bonita to someone who had never been here?
Well, I'll take this one because for me, it was love at first sight.
Ooh.
Yeah. I didn't look anywhere else. I came here, stayed at the West End, and I'm like, okay, this is it. I found my new home. And I'm in the real estate business as well in the United States. And I went back and started telling everybody about Playa Bonita. And so many of my clients already bought here as well. So the warmth of the people here is really phenomenal. The food, I'm a big foodie.
Oh, that's an understatement.
Guilty.
The food is incredible. It's warm and nice 12 months a year. You know, especially people in the Northeast in the US or Canada. Like when it's winter for them, it's summertime here. So all of my friends and some of my clients, when they come here, they also don't want to go back.
Yeah.
And someone who's not in real estate, they don't understand how many properties those of us who are in real estate see.
Yeah.
So for him to say, wow, I'm home, this is it, out of the dozens, hundreds, thousands of real estates you've seen in your life,
Yes.
that's saying a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's also because it's unique. It's like the only beach near the city. So I think if
Right.
people are coming down and to Panama and they go, I want to be on the beach, but I don't want to be too far from the city.
Right.
This is the only option.
It's the only option.
If not, you've got to drive another hour and a bit to get out to, you know, to the Riviera area. And so it's kind of, you want to be near the city, you want to be on the beach. This is the best and only option. So it's pretty easy to kind of do your due diligence on where you want to be.
And it's not that the beach area, and when we say that, we mean the Coronado Beaches area, it's not that they don't have restaurants, but they don't have the same quality and caliber of restaurants, or of course the same number of restaurants.
Diversity of restaurants.
Diversity that
We-
we have here.
Yeah.
We have everything.
Right. We actually went to Chinatown for Chinese New Year to go to dim sum. And it was, 20, 25 minutes of an Uber ride. It was nice and easy. And it was fantastic. And they had a little festival with the Gold Dragons. And it was, street parade. It was fantastic. It was great. And on the flip side, as you were saying, it's a 3/4 mile stretch of beach that is almost, it's not empty, but it's underutilized. So you get a wonderful, quiet beach that you really get to enjoy without the crowds. You're just not going to find that anywhere else. I've never seen a beach as amazing as this that doesn't have the crowds that you expect on the East Coast or the West Coast in the United States. It's
And
totally
it's private.
different.
I mean, and it's private because we know that Matthew likes to skinny dip.
Sure.
And the interesting thing is in Panama, all beaches are public beaches, but it has private access. So even though technically we can't say it's a private beach, it's a public beach, but not anyone can get on the beach unless you have a reason to be on the beach.
Yeah.
So we share that. It's Casa Bonita, the new Westin residences will be there, and then the Westin Hotel, and then the Dreams Hotel.
Yeah.
That's the only people who can be on that beach.
Yeah.
And typically a lot of people aren't on it. So
Yeah.
you might see one or two other walkers or runners in the morning, but it is nice to have that almost private beach.
Yeah. And I think it's nice also that it feels like you're in a resort. Like I love to go down to the Westin Hotel that's already there and use the restaurants and the bars. And like at the moment, I think there's a massive group down there. So there's a real good vibe. So if you feel
right.
like being social, you don't have to go across to the city. You can just pop down to the Westin.
That's right.
But also, we have to address the elephant in the room, for lack of a better term, the view behind us. You don't see that anywhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
You
No, it's
know,
amazing.
It is breathtaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a live view. Earlier today, we were doing a different podcast, and they're painting the building. So you see these ropes that are behind us, and a guy actually was climbing down the ropes to paint the building during the podcast. So that is live. And sometimes, probably during the course of this, you'll see a ship going behind us, or you'll see birds flying.
Yeah.
So that is fun.
All I can say is the other day they were painting my side of the building, which is the opposite to this. And I wasn't thinking, and I sort of walked out of my bedroom. It was the morning. I kind of didn't have any clothes on, perhaps.
I've done that.
And you know when you like lock eyes with someone? So the guy's hanging down on the scaffolding. He looked at me, I looked at him, I locked eyes, and I was like, oh. And like I retreated into my room. It was so embarrassing. Anyway. I don't think I made his day. That's all I'm going to say.
So when we have guests, and we always take them to the canal viewing station, and we always go in the afternoon because the ships are going out. So we'll go see a ship, tell the kids, if we're with friends who have kids, to remember that ship. And then when we get home, you'll see that ship coming out.
Amazing.
So it's really and the kids love that. It's a lot of fun. And we take them to Monkey Island and we take them to the rainforest. So there's also excursions for our friends and their families to come down to really explore and do ecotourism, or the old city with their 1500 and 1600 old cathedrals. There's something for everyone, even when our friends, and that's for one of the great things is we've had so many of our friends come down and spend a week with us, and we get to host, and it's great because we get to see our friends and they have a great time. So.
That's right.
So good.
So many people do see their friends and family more here because who doesn't want to come visit?
Yeah.
I was about to say, I need to up my game because when my friends come here, I only feed them and give them tequila.
Yes, tour guide is part of the deal too. Let's talk about day-to-day life. What do you think the convenience factor is between living in Panama City or living in Playa Bonita, which is just 15 minutes from the city, when it comes to that day-to-day living?
Well, look, I would say the stress for me is reduced so much when I get back here. If I want to go do my grocery shopping, I literally just have to go across the street to Panama Pacifico, and there's no traffic. You know, I just go across 5 minutes away. I've got my Reba Smith, which is the main supermarket. I've got my hardware store for all that handyman work I do.
They have a beauty salon,
There's
a nail salon,
nails.
For me, for my
everything.
dogs.
Yeah.
They have a vet.
Everything we
groomer.
need.
And the new pharmacy, they have a liquor store now.
Yep.
So they're
Felipe Mota.
Yeah.
Felipe Mota is the wine store and is my best friend.
It is, yes. Yes.
My favorite store in Playabonita.
Here's a big question. Do you feel safe in Playa Bonita? And how does it compare to where you came from?
Well, I mean, I'm from Australia, which Australia is very safe. But here I feel amazing. I've got, adult teenagers and I let them run around in Ubers and I'm not worried about anything. There's very few countries in the world, well, in Central America for sure, that you can walk around like with your cell phone in your hand or be out at night, and I feel very safe here. And I mean, we do have 24-hour security on the front of the building. Mm-hmm. We've got 24-hour security at the entrance to the property. I mean, on this project, this is where a lot of heads of state have stayed, Obama and President of China and Justin Bieber,
The important ones.
The important ones.
and so you get the benefit of the Westin being a closed community with a gated front area. So you get that safety here. But we go to the old city all the time. We go to the downtown all the time. We've walked around. Obviously in the city you pay attention, but it's actually really safe. And we've never had a problem. And we've walked around. It's not like you turn your brain off and you pay attention. But we actually feel really, really safe here, and we've never had a problem. We've been lucky. I mean, this is a great place.
I feel safer here than I did in Dallas, Texas. And I lived in a golf course community.
Yeah.
So I tell people it's sort of like Disneyland.
Yeah.
Because there are so many people taking care of us and watching us and protecting us that it's easy to just relax and take a beat.
Yeah. I mean, compared to Miami and New York.
Yes, wow. It's a lot safer, and the data speaks for itself. I was in Barcelona 2 weeks ago, and every morning I wake up to go for a walk or walk out of the hotel, the concierge would run after me and tell me, make sure you take off your watch, make sure you do this, make sure you do that, and be careful of the protesters with the water guns. So in comparison...
Ooh, you don't want to get wet.
I know.
You don't want to wet that hair of yours, Reggie.
Yes, there's a lot of hard work and effort put into that. But yeah, I've never experienced or even heard of anything, about Panama that screams not being safe.
I mean, I think there's parts not to go to. Like, it's obvious. There's a ghetto-y part where you just
like anywhere else.
Everywhere else.
Right, just like anywhere else.
Yeah.
But Playa Bonita specifically, do you feel safe here?
Oh my God, it's
We live in a bubble.
Yeah,
we really we live
once you cross that bridge, this is the safest place. Yeah,
you cross the canal and then you've just got jungle for like 10 minutes, and then you're here, and it's like I always feel like what's that? Like dun 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 dun. Lion King.
Oh,
Whenever I get back here, I kind of sing that in my head. I know that's so cheesy, but I do.
Liz, you're a full-time resident.
Yes.
What is your day-by-day life like living as a full-time resident here?
Yeah, well, look, I work a lot. So I work a lot online, and I also work in real estate. So I'm with clients all the time. But I can go days without leaving Playa Bonita or Panama Pacifico. I go to the city for fun, like for work, but I go to the city for fun. But yeah, it's a pretty easy lifestyle here, very low stress.
Matthew, you're in Playa Bonita part-time. How would you describe your day-by-day life while you're in residence here?
So we love it. It's sort of our vacation place for us. It's incredibly relaxing. We get away from the hustle and bustle, but at the same time, when we want the nightlife and the excitement and the rooftop bars, we can go into the old city and we see that and we experience that. And so it's this wonderful opportunity to, again, get that best of both worlds. But also one of the things that make it sort of perfect for us is when we're not here, we're able to, because it's on a beach, because it's got all those great amenities, because it's so close to all the different things that you're going to want to do in Panama, we're able to rent it through our wonderful property manager, but we're able to rent it.
Yeah.
And so as the investment property, but also the place our family can come to, it sort of checks both boxes perfectly.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Reggie, since you bought pre-construction, what was it about Playa Bonita that really called to you and said, I'm going to put my money here even though the project's still 4 years away?
Well, the first thing is all the new infrastructure that's being built, the new bridge, there's a new tunnel, there's a monorail, right? There's a monorail. So the area itself, it's, experiencing tremendous growth, which is a big sign. And, as a real estate broker, things like that matter to me a lot. But also, the branded aspect of the new project is very attractive.
Because it's owned by the Marriott.
Correct. It's going to be a Western branded condo residence, with all the 5-star amenities that you would expect a Western residence to have. And I wanted to, be part of that and experience the luxury and all the great aspect that it offers. But most importantly, the growth or the built-in equity that you'll have buying pre-construction. Because when you buy something now and it closes in 2029, there's an expected
appreciation.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so that's also very attractive. And, also knowing that Casa Bonita exists here. And like my dear friend said, I have, an amazing property manager here, somebody who can find me a place to stay if I need to rent a place until the new building is built.
Done.
So, that all of that, were the driving factors for me to buy pre-construction.
Great. Now to any of you, what surprised you the most once you actually started spending time in Playa Bonita?
I'm going to be honest with you. Birds. I used to hate birds. I don't trust birds. They have weird beady eyes, right? And I found myself bird watching. So I sit on my balcony. I get frustrated if I miss the sunset. And every morning I drink my coffee and I watch the birds. That surprised me because I'm not a bird person.
So you've become a bird person.
I've become a bird person. Yeah, because it's so peaceful here. I feel like it brings out my zen. Yeah.
We actually have the joke is we have a community of parrots that fly by one way in the morning and fly by the other way in the evening. So we joke they're on a commute. They're going to work. We don't know where they work, but every morning they go off to work, and every morning in the evening they come home.
And they talk a lot while they're
and they talk a lot. But you get to see these amazing green parrots that fly by. We've seen toucans. We've seen pelicans fishing in the ocean. It really is. I have a friend who came down with one of these giant cameras and takes these amazing photos. And he was like, "This is heaven." And he was.
Well, you have
great.
some lovebirds on your balcony, don't you, Melissa?
For years I did. They came back and they had so
Really?
many babies.
Yeah.
But I took the thing away. It was one of those coconut plant things.
Yeah.
And they finally used all of the coconut strands to make their nest.
Okay.
And then once I had to get rid of it, they didn't come back. But I had generation after generation of little lovebirds.
Oh, that's cute.
And one thing I'd like to add to that is the weather. So and you can relate to that also probably living
Because
in
he's
North
got no
America.
hair? No.
That too. And I have that conversation with my clients all the time. The weather app says like it's storming in Panama.
Every day of the year,
Yeah.
it says
Yeah.
that.
So bizarre.
But it's
So-
like a half an hour and then it's fine.
But sometimes it doesn't even rain at all.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
But when you look at the app, it shows that it's storming in Panama, and
Yeah.
it's not as beautiful as we describe it. I feel like we should start a petition with Apple to get
Yes.
right to fix it because it's beautiful here.
So I will say we come down every summer to get away from the heat of Washington, D.C.
Right.
Because it is cooler and it is more pleasant in Panama
Yeah.
towards the equator than it is literally every day in Washington, D.C. And so
100%.
we never get that over 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Sure, it's warm and humid, but so is the summer in the United States.
In my 13 years here, I've never seen it go above 93 degrees.
Right.
And 93, although it can be a warm day, it's not a hot day. It's not
Yeah.
an unbearable day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we get a nice
110 is unbearable.
Right. We get a cool breeze on the ocean.
do. Yeah.
It's, you know, and in the rainy season, it'll rain for half an hour
Right.
or it'll be cloudy. And I'm sure you'll joke, I don't need full sun, 12 hours a day. But really, it's even in the rainy season, it is very, very rare that it's more than a half an hour. Okay, it lets itself go. It actually gets rid of all the humidity. And then you just have this beautiful day.
That's
And
right.
most people think it's going to be more humid after it rains, but it's not. It releases the humidity.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that's when the birds come out.
And that's when the birds come out. And the other thing is, it's always a few degrees cooler here in Playa Bonita than it is in Panama
Yep,
City.
absolutely.
So if you're looking at a weather map, you're probably getting Panama City weather, which might be 93 degrees, and here it might be 87 degrees.
With a cool
With a cool breeze.
With a cooler
Yeah.
breeze.
Right,
You know,
right.
it's, sure. And again, noon in the sun, it's going to be warm.
Right.
But it's August. But compared to where you are in the States,
Exactly.
it's actually, again, we come here in the summer for the intent to get away from the heat,
That's
which is
right.
sort of crazy, but it's true every year.
Before we go any further, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, the Westin Residences at Playa Bonita. Here's why people are excited about the Westin Residences. As an owner, you'll not only have access to the beautiful building with world-class amenities, but you'll also be able to access the Pearl Club Beach Club, your private oceanfront escape. Many owners say the Pearl Club is the best part of their life, Playa Bonita. And for investors, reconstruction at the Westin Residences means getting in early on one of the most exclusive beachfront addresses in Panama. Now here's the insider secret. Because you're connected to me, you can get 2 free nights at the Westin Hotel to test drive this lifestyle. Just go to choosepanama.com/Westin Residences to claim your stay. If you don't have your notes app open, I'll put the link down below in the show notes. But you may want to save this episode before you forget. Keep in mind, most people will never know this opportunity exists, but because you're connected to me, you get extra special VIP treatment. Now back to the interview. Let's switch gears. Let's talk about the beach club. The Pearl Club is an amenity that as an owner, we get access to. How important is that to each of you?
I'll let the full-time resident go first.
Well, look, I work a lot, so I tend to just go down there on the odd weekend. But I love that it's there. I love the spa. The spa has a dry sauna and a ice plunge, which to me is really important. And they have a great gym with like lots of equipment. So yeah, I love the clubhouse, and I love just being down there on the ocean. Yeah.
For us, we love it. When we have our friends and family come down, it's this amazing. It's again, you're like your own club. It's beautiful pools with lots of places to sit. It's never overcrowded. Maybe one Easter weekend might be the one time where
Carnival.
Carnival. But you really actually never have to worry about getting one of the seats. It's just this. It's paradise. It really is perfect. It's just great. We love using the club all the time.
And there's some people who like to go down. My neighbors who are in their late 80s, they like to go down and sit by the pool. They go in the morning. They stay for lunch almost every single day.
Yeah.
Whereas, because we're working, Liz and I went to the gym the other night. There was like 3 other people in the whole humongous gym.
Yeah.
And then we went to dinner afterwards.
Yeah, it was nice.
And we
Easy.
didn't have to drive. It was just everything walking right there.
Yeah.
It was nice.
I swim laps. So after I run on the beach, which never has anyone that I have to weave through, and I want to cool down, I swim laps, and there is always a lane where you can just huddle around and not worry about running into people. And it's just it's a great setup they've got there.
If you're enjoying today's conversation, can I ask you a quick favor? My analytics show that over 70% of you watching aren't subscribed yet. If you've ever gotten any value from my podcast, hit that subscribe button and give us a like. It costs you nothing, but it means the world to us, and it helps us keep bringing you content like this. What are some of the hidden gems in Playa Bonita that most outsiders don't know about?
I don't remember the name of it, but there's a pizza shop in Panama Pacifico that has a kid playing guitar outside at night, and it's lovely. Like I stumbled upon it by accident, and we sat out there for a concert. So that was very surprising.
And San Marcos, when you live in this building, you go there a lot. It's really good Italian food.
Yeah.
Really
And they
good
deliver
Italian food.
pizza, which I love. They bring pizza here. But I think like what I really love about this building is it's nice to have your own personal space and you feel like you can here. But if you want to be social, there are people from all over the world. Like I didn't want to live in an area. I didn't want to live in a building that was just people from one country.
Right.
Definitely don't want to live in a building full of just Australians, right? So in this building, I love my Aussies, but there's people from all over, and we're talking heaps of people from South America. We've got Brazil, we've got Chile, we've got Argentina, Colombia. We've got Canadians, Americans, we've got French, we've got German, we've got Haitians, we've got people from all over, and that I love. And I know in my friendship group, one of my favorite people in the world is actually one of my best friends in the world. Is in her 70s. And I met her here in Panama. She was actually a client of mine. And she lives in Playa Bonita. And we have the best time together. And I've got friends of all ages and all nationalities. And I know, there's a group of residents here every Friday night. They have a happy hour on the rooftop. Every morning there's a group that play pickleball. There's a pickleball court on site. There's a pickleball across the street in Panama Pacifico. Like it's social, and it makes me happy when I see people out and about and just enjoying, not being by themselves, enjoying hanging out with their neighbors if they want to. And I think that's one of the big pluses of Playa Bonita for sure.
So for me, it was something. It was surprising. We did a lot of due diligence before we bought. We invested.
He did.
We did a lot of due diligence.
He did. He's an attorney. He did.
Yeah.
So we went through the whole process. So knowing what the Western facilities were, we knew about. We knew what the building facilities were. We knew what was local. The thing that surprises me, that's my little love, is low tide. The water goes all the way out, and there are all these amazing jetties, and there are little crabs, and there's oysters, and again, you can see the little fish floating, swimming around. And when we have our friends come and their kids, they love going out, and we walk out, and it's this whole little excursion and adventure just right outside. It's really lovely to do, and it's so peaceful. It get a little exercise, you see the ocean, you spend some time with the pelicans and the crabs, and it's just
now I'm known as Bird Lady. I can see where this is going. Thanks.
It's great.
So if we compare Playa Bonita to areas like Costa del Este that are better known for being good investment options, what makes Playa Bonita attractive when you compare it to these other areas?
What would you say, Reggie?
The beach.
The beach.
Yeah.
One word.
That's it.
The beach.
That's it.
Like I love Costa del Este. I think it's a beautiful area for people that want city living. It's the only pre-planned community in Panama. So the streets are wide. They're palm tree lined. The streets don't have potholes. You can walk everywhere. You don't need a car. There's shops, restaurants, malls, hospitals, the kit and caboodle. So if you're that type of person that wants those type of amenities right at your doorstep, I completely get Costa del Este. And it's a really popular place for investors because there's all the multinational companies there.
Right.
So I think like Reggie said it, like if you want beach, more resort feel. But I think for investment here, I mean, with all the infrastructure projects going in, we're sitting on a little gold mine.
We are. And one thing, when I moved here, and I know the same as when Liz moved here, we didn't know that they were all coming.
No.
We didn't know that the Trunnel was going to have a drop-off point very close to us. We didn't know that all of this was happening. So we just sort of happened onto it. But you who are watching at home, you know now that things are going to be great here because of the infrastructure. There's a new bridge. There's a tunnel that's going to be right here. We have Panama Pacifico.
Yeah.
So it's turned into something. There's a saying that that in real estate, if you want to know where the money is, follow the cranes.
Oh, yeah.
Because you want to follow where the infrastructure is going. And there's cranes all around us, baby.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And the train, I mean, we're going to be able to get the train pretty much the metro to the airport from here.
That's
like
right.
a 7-minute drive across Panama Pacifico, and we can jump in and get to the airport.
That's right. So instead of having to park at the airport or taking a long Uber ride, you take a really quick Uber ride to the train that will take you to the airport.
Yeah.
I like for us, again, it's that perfect spot of everything. Our friends, our family come and visit. Sure, they'd visit if we were in the city, but they might come once. I don't know how often they would come.
Right.
This is their resort vacation. This is a resort vacation place for our friends and family.
Yeah.
Because we're on the beach, because we have the pool club, because we have easy access to the city and the excursions. Costa del Este, sure, it's great, but I don't know how often people would come back.
Yeah.
And so for us, it's our friends and family keep coming back and wanting to stay and visit.
Yeah.
It's also the rental market because we're not here full time, and it is important for us to have that as a rental option.
Yeah.
And so that was really important. And this place, because it's at a resort and it's resort lifestyle, but with all the amenities, this as you say, there's only one place that fits everything.
That checks all the
that
boxes.
checks every box.
Yeah.
This is it.
This is it.
I really hope my friends don't watch this podcast.
They're going to want to come.
Oh, man.
We have a wonderful penthouse place. We're in touch with our property manager.
Yeah.
And
So Reggie, I know since you're in real estate, what advice do you give people who are considering different parts of Panama? Why are you focusing so much on Playa Bonita at this moment?
All the items that I mentioned before, the infrastructure, like you just mentioned, the built-in equity, but most importantly, Panama itself, Playa Bonita itself, the great food that we have here, the weather, the beach, the great people living in Panama. It's safe, great healthcare system. And without getting into trouble, I also have to mention that Panama is a tax haven. So the country itself.
I talk about that all the time.
Okay.
It's a good thing.
Panama itself as a country, as I call it, is the world's best kept secret. Like when I talk to my clients, and I mention all these different topics, if you will, and I say, you have to be here, especially when you look at the weather on this app. And I tell them, book your ticket, you just have to come. And Panama is really paradise.
we had our friends stay in the West End. Well, we rented a place in here for a week at the same time. And we said, okay, how do you like staying in the West End? How do we like
the Westin Hotel?
The Westin Hotel in the basically couple hundred yards down, right? And it really was one of those things where they were like, yeah, this was fantastic. And for us, yeah, it was fantastic. I don't know about the new building, but our building also has a tax abatement for the first 20 years. So our real estate taxes are a fantastic arrangement. It again, in terms of, we spent it was important to us to really go through the due diligence. There was a long list of things for us to buy overseas, especially because we were not going to be full-time. And at the end of the day, it came where I don't think there's any possibility where, I can't imagine any place else that checks every box as well as this place did. And even probably the most risk-averse client you may ever have dealt with, our family invested, and we have this amazing place down here, and we are really lucky that we sort of fell into this place. It's been great.
Wonderful. Final thoughts. If you could summarize Playa Bonita in just one or two words, what would that be?
Spectacular.
Ooh, I like that word.
Why the cat has my tongue?
I'm going to go back where we started. For us, it's Goldilocks. It's just right. All the different things we needed, it's just right. So Goldilocks for us, it's just perfect for everything.
I would say it's the perfect lifestyle. We live in a bubble. It's paradise.
As you can see from this lively discussion, Playa Bonita isn't just another beach. It's a lifestyle oasis where you can live minutes from Panama City without the chaos. You can enjoy a 5-star resort every single day, and you can invest in one of the most exclusive beachfront addresses in Panama. And here's something special just for you. Because you're connected to me, you can get 2 free nights at the Westin Hotel to experience this lifestyle for yourself. Again, most people will never know this offer exists. Go to choosepanama.com/Westin Residences to claim your insider invitation. A big thank you to Liz, Matthew, and Reggie for sharing their Playa Bonita stories, and thank you to the Westin Residences for sponsoring this episode. Until next time, cheers!
Cheers!
Cheers.